Dear students, in my previous video lecture, I have discussed about list. Okay, in this video lecture, I will discuss about NumPy. Prior to start NumPy, we must know what is a NumPy. Okay, NumPy is a library which used to do various mathematical operations. For that, we need to first write. We need to import the code as a NumPy. Import NumPy as NP. Okay. What is the purpose? Okay, I will demonstrate through a image. Okay, now the Rohit is studying. Now he want to find square root of any number, but unfortunately he don't know how to find the square root of a number. For that, I am going to call, hey Rohit, go and take a book called NumPy. Take this book and find the formula for the square root that is named as SQRT. Now Rohit will give a number in which you want to find the square root. Okay, then you will find the square root of 8 or whatever numbers here. Similarly, Rohit now want to find the exponential of any number. For that, again I am going to call Rohit. Hey Rohit, go and take NumPy book and find the formula for the exponential of any number. And he goes and takes a book and find the formula if hitting the value in the NumPy to find a exponential of any number. But the teacher who instructed Rohit sometimes fed up with calling a full name called NumPy in NumPy. For that, the teacher had an idea that instead of calling every time NumPy, let me call him as a NP as an alias name. That is the purpose. We are importing, I'm calling Rohit, import NumPy as NP. Now, Rohit is going to find the square root of any number. Okay, NP dot SQRT. The keyword for the square root is SQRT. Okay, 64. Now Rohit done the square root of a number within a fraction of a second. Okay, now Rohit want to find the square root of, now Rohit want to find the exponential of a number 2. NP dot XP. So again Rohit goes to the NumPy, but now it is named as a NP, and let me find the exponential of 2. Okay. Now that is the purpose of calling a NumPy library. Now let us get into the like NumPy. Yeah, the previously we discussed about list. Okay, let me give a list. My list. Now we must know why I need NumPy instead of going for the list. Okay, that is my list. Let me give you a bucket of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to multiply this list with a number of 2. Let us see what happens here. Now my list multiplied by 2. What happens here? Not multiplying each number by 2, but instead of that, it has written 2 times the list. Okay, but now I want to add 2 lists. Okay, my list underscore list 2. Let me rename it as a 1. Equal to, let me write 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want to add element of the 2 list. Okay, for that let me run the file again. Now my list let me copy paste it plus my list 2. Let us see what happens. Yeah, I need to define this. Yeah. Now let me run it again. Instead of adding 2 numbers, that is a 1 plus 1, 2, it connect 2 lists. That is the purpose of list. But unfortunately, I am not able to do any mathematical manipulation on the list. For that, I need NumPy array. Let me execute the same operation here. Now let me convert this list into the array. Simplest task is, what I can do here is arr equal to np dot arr array. Now I will copy this number. It is a list again, arr 2 is a 1 equal to, I'm creating array here, np dot array my list 2. Close the bracket, shift enter, and now let me do array 1 plus array 2. Now each element are summed together. Okay. Similarly, I want to multiply by 2. And you can check the numbers of array 1 are multiplied by the 2. Suppose I want to multiply by 3. Yeah, 3, 6, 9, 2. That is the purpose. We are in need of array. Okay. Now let us discuss about how the array can be created. First thing, I want to create array by different way. First, simplest thing is, as we done it here, np dot array, give the list. Let me use the second list. Yeah, my list. Okay, that is one of the way of creating array. Second way of creating array is, now I want to create array with the zeros or 1. Okay, np dot zeros. I want to give the dimensions of the array. Let me give 3, 3. Sorry. Yeah. What is the dimensions? Let me explain to the image here. Just look at here. This is called as a 0-dimensional array. Also called as a scalar. And if you have the number 1, 2, 3, 4, it is called as a 1-dimensional array. Suppose I have column. Suppose I have the row as well as column. It is called as a 2-dimensional array. Suppose I have the row as well as the column as well as the depth. It is called as a 3-dimensional array. Like that, we can create multiple arrays in the NumPy. Okay, so here 3, 3 means I am creating 3-dimensional array. Okay, how to find what is the dimensional array? Just count the number of square bracket here. So 1, 2, 3. It is called as a 3-dimensional array. Suppose I want to create np dot. I want to create array with the numbers of 1. Ones. Okay. Let me create 5. Now I'm just giving I want to create a 1-dimensional array like this one. Okay. Just imagine here. Shift enter. Now just check here. It is a 1-dimensional array. Okay. And suppose now I want to create arrays with the numbers. np dot arange. np dot arange. I want to numbers to be start with 0 and end with 10 with a step size of 2. Just look at here. I have created 1-dimensional array which started from 0, and I should exclude the second number, so it is not appearing here. Then the space of 2. Suppose if you want to include 10 also, just give the number 11. Okay, and shift enter. So 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It is a simple 1-dimensional array. Similarly, other ways we want to give number of points. Okay, np dot linspace. starting with 0, okay, n with 11, but I want number of points as a 10. Shift enter, and you can check it is a one dimensional array with 10 element in it. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Suppose now I want to generate random number in an array with a specific dimensions. Okay, np dot random dot rand 3 comma 3. So what I'm telling here is create a 3 class 3 array with random number. Let me give shift enter. Now you can check here. I have created 3 dimensional array. 1 2 3, 3 dimensions with the random numbers within it. In this way we can create whatever dimensions of the array. Now once I have created different kind of arrays, I must know find the dimensions, shape, what is the size and data type of the array. For that, let us use a code. Okay, now let me create a array equal to np dot array. Suppose I want to create a array through the list. Okay, let me show you here. Open a parenthesis. Now a square bracket, within that first row. Now I want to give the first row 1 2 3. Okay, 1 comma 2 comma 3. Now close the square bracket, again comma. Now I want to create second row 4 comma 5 comma 6. You have to start with again the square bracket. Now enclose with another square bracket, close it, shift enter. Now we have created array. Now let me type the array again. So this is the array we have created. We know that it is a 2-dimensional array and we have element of 6. How to find if it is a big array? For that, let me do one by one. If I want to find the shape of the array, type the name of the array arr dot shape. Okay, say it is a 2 comma 3 array. Okay, you can check one number of rows are 2 and number of column 1 2 3. It is called as a 2-dimensional array. Now I want to find what is the dimensions. We know that it is a 2-dimensional. Okay, let me check with the code arr dot ndim. I have to always start from the name of the array. Okay, n dimensions. Okay, and shift enter, and it is a 2-dimensional array. Now I want to find what is the number of elements. Again arr dot size. What is the expected answer? It is a 6. Yeah. Now I want to find what is the data type of the array. Okay, for that arr dot dtype, data type, shift enter. But let me make a mistake here. Array 2 equal to np dot array, create array, yeah, 1 comma 2 comma 3. So let me write hi, shift enter, array 2 here. Okay, now I want to do a mathematical operation here, multiply by 2. It will throw the error because I have the string within the array. But let me do the same thing in the list. Yeah, let me first create list, then list multiplied by 2. It will never throw any error. It repeated 2 times. That is the advantage of using list and array. Each have their own merits. Okay, now we have seen how to create an array with the predefined dimensions and how to check the size, data type, dimensions and the shape of the array. Now let us look at how indexing and slicing can be done in the array. Okay, let me create a two-dimensional array. Okay, np dot one-dimensional array first, linspace space starting with 0 n with 10 and the space of 1. So it will create one-dimensional array. Yeah, sorry, linspace will give number of elements 10 number of elements. Okay, now I want to extract last one. It is similar to what we discussed in the list. Okay, suppose I want to a equal to this value. Now what is a? So a is nothing but I will display the value here. Now I want to only extract the first value. Okay, for that a, it is similar to the list. Square bracket, I want 0th element, shift enter. So it has given 0 is the first element. Suppose I want the second element, shift enter, it will give me second value. Then suppose if I want last value, as we discussed in the list, minus 1 will give me the last indexed value. Okay, and similarly if you want 8.8, okay, you can give minus 2. Okay, now let me create here a 3-dimensional number with a random number. Okay, how to create a random number with the shape of 3 cross 3? Okay, let me create an array b np dot random dot rand yeah, comma, I have to give the shape 3 comma 3. Now I have created b array. Now I want to display b. Yeah, b, shift enter, it displayed b. Suppose you want to check the what data type we have, sir, what is the kind of variable we are having. Okay, let me type b. Okay, sorry, type b. Okay, it is a, what is it, whether it is a list or array. Similarly we had a list also. Okay, list, let me check the type of the, what is the list name, list type. Suppose if I want to check the type of whatever variable, let me check it again. Type list, the type of list is list. Okay, suppose I have stored c equal to something high. Okay, and you can type c, it is a string. Like that we can find the what is the type of a given variable. Okay, once we, after defining b, now I want to do the indexing. Okay, so indexing means I want to locate a particular value. Okay, b, open a square bracket, suppose I want to extract this value. Okay, what is the position? It is in the second row, second column. So in the Python it always start from 0. Okay, so it will not start from 1. So I want to have second row means 1 comma, it is a second column means indexing is 1. shift enter. Okay, 0.05313749. Suppose if I want to do this one, just add a number. So this will give this number. Suppose similarly you can extract whatever value you want. You can, yeah, what is the value that will extract? Can you quickly? It will extract this value. Shift enter. Okay, suppose now I want to have a second row, but I want to have only these two elements. So for the second row, it is a number 1, comma, what is the column position for this one? So it is a 1 colon closes square bracket, shift enter. It just thrown the values of these two values. Suppose I want to have entire second row. Okay, for that what you can do is even remove that 1, shift enter, so it throws entire second row. Okay, that means I am instructing Python, take second row and all the column, that is a colon means. Suppose I want to have the first row 0, shift enter, it throws the first row. Okay, similarly you can do it for the 1-dimensional array or 3-dimensional array. Okay, now these two topics are indexing and slicing. Now I'll talk about mathematical operations. Okay, now let me define A equal to np dot array. Let me create a list again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and np dot b equal to np dot array 4, 5, 6. You have to put it within the square bracket, or you have to give us a list. Okay, now I want to do, first I define now a plus b. So just it adds both the values. 1 plus 4, it is a 5. 2 plus 5, it is a 7. 3 plus 6, it is a 9. Now I want to multiply with 2. Okay, and suppose if I want to find exponential of each element. Okay, for that let me call again NumPy library to use the exponential. Okay, np dot xp power a, shift enter. Now it have found the exponential of each value within the array. Now other function, like let me do what is the other purpose, that is a np dot sum of a. Okay, 1 plus 2 3, 3 plus 2 3. Now suppose I want to find the mean, np dot men b. So it is finding the mean of all the values. Okay, now I want to find a minimum value of a given a array, np dot min of a, shift enter. The minimum value np dot max of b, shift enter. Okay, that is the maximum value 6, and I want to do the dot multiplication. Okay, so for that np dot a comma b, each element will be multiplied. Okay, that is the final value of np dot. Now let me create a random array with the 2-dimensional. Okay, np dot random dot rand with a 2 cross 2 matrix. Random means that will put any random value in a 2 cross 2 matrix or array. Okay, let me define C. Okay, now what is C? Now I want to do a specific mathematical operation, that is uh, access operation. We will call as C dot sum axis equal to 0. Now C dot sum axis equal to 1. What is the meaning of axis equal to 0 and axis equal to 1? What it does? Okay, it just added the columns. It added 0.28. Whenever I'm giving axis equal to 0, it added these two values and given us 1.18. And whenever it is given as axis equal to 0, it is added these two values. It is given us approximately 0.451. Similarly, whenever I'm giving axis equal to 1, it will take sum of these two values. So 0.28 and plus 0.03 will be 0.317, and 0.90 plus 0.41 will be 1.31. Similarly, I can do it here. C dot mean axis equal to 0, column wise operation. C dot mean axis equal to 1, row wise operations. That is row wise mean. Now I will talk about how to reshape the already created array. Let me create a array np. Again, let me generate random array, random dot rand with the 4 cross 4. Okay, let me check. Let me assign a value d. Now let me check dimensions of that d dot n dim. Okay, the dimensions are 2. Now let me check save. It is a 4 cross 4 matrix. It is a 4 rows and 4 columns. Now I want to have only 2 columns, but I don't bother about number of rows. For that, what you can do here is, let me e equal to d dot reshape. If don't bother about number of rows here, just give -1, comma, I want to only have 2 columns. Close the bracket. Shift enter e. Now it is created 8 cross 2 matrix. Let me check the shape and dimension again. Okay, dimensions will be same because I have only column and rows here. And if you want to check e dot save, okay, save, it is a 8 cross 2 matrix or array. Suppose you want to have we don't want to have columns. I want it in the only in a row form. Okay, e dot reshape I want to have one row. I want to have one row, but I don't bother about number of columns. And let me check e dot save. It is a 8 cross 2 again. Suppose let me check it here. I want to have 16. Sorry, 16. Now it has created. Sorry, here it should be f equal to Now you can check f dot shape. Yeah, it is a 16 class 1. Somebody can change the value here. 1, it is a 1 class 16. Suppose I want to convert my 2-dimensional array into 1-dimensional array. The simplest task is, let me define another variable h equal to e dot flatten, and you can check h dot dimensions, n, it is converted into the 1-dimensional. What is the h value? Like that we can convert even 2-dimensional or higher dimensions into the 1-dimensional array. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.